63 treasures down, and 37 left to go. But we aren't out of the woods yet. Hello, and welcome back to Wario Land 3. On the last episode, we used the dangerous detonator, and we blew up some bombs, and then we found some wind-related stuff. The Eye of Gentle Wind and the Fujin Sack, Eye of Gentle Wind being the key, well, Gentle Wind being the key phrase, because the very gentle wind blew some leaves off the tree. And here we are, coming to collect the leaves off the tree and not that shining coin. And oops, I needed that spearhead to bounce off his head to go collect that green key, because today we are doing the green chest, getting the green chest and out of the woods. It's hard to see the green key because it blends into the green background, but I promise you there was a green key there. I know it was camouflaged perfectly, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. I know. I'm a very unscrupulous, untrustworthy individual, but you'll have to trust me this time. And I don't know why I'm dodging these guys, because we can just ground pound and make them stop harassing us with their electricity. Electricity? I mean, yeah, it acts like electricity and it stuns us, but whatever. But here is our reward for doing all the windy stuff. We get these leaves that appear that act as platforms, which allow us to traverse this room, which we never previously had access to. I mean, we could have come in here, we just wouldn't have been able to make any progress because these leaves wouldn't have fallen. And then we wouldn't have been able to make it over here to this green chest, which, boy oh boy, I sure am excited to open, because it's going to keep in the theme of green this level by giving us the Frog Prince's Flippers, previously the Frog Prince Fins, which is an upgrade to our ability to swim, because before, normal flippers, sure, those will help you swim, I guess, if you're an idiot. But these, they are designed after the Frog Prince himself, which allow us to swim against currents, and maybe we swim faster? I'm not 100% sure if we swim faster normally, or if it just allows us to swim against currents, but we can do that. We can swim against currents. That's nice. Currents, psh, we don't care anymore. We can just swim right through them. I mean, granted, you can't just hold the D-pad and just kind of float through them. You gotta mash B or A or whatever to make progress through them. But they no longer concern us. We do what we please. We'll go where we want. And you know where we want to go? I know where we want to go. It's the Pool of Rain, baby. You wanna know why we want to go come to the Pool of Rain? Because we have everything here. Everything but what we absolutely desire. These big, beautiful coins. Everybody's favorite thing, collecting big, beautiful coins, because the Pool of Rain was one of two levels that we were unable to get all of the coins in our first time through, so hey, here we are to come collect our debts. I don't know why I paused to check it. It's like, how many coins do I have? I've picked up 2. I can't count past 2. Me, a math minor, I guess. Counting? Whatever. I did all that in college. I don't need to count anymore. Oh, and let's go ahead and... Well, I wanted... Ideally, I would have dodged the fish, but that didn't seem to be in the cards today. And I believe I pointed it out last time we were here, but it was that coin that had previously stopped us from... Man, I was hoping not to swim the fish that time. That coin previously was the entire reason why we couldn't complete this area, because we needed that good coin to continue onwards, and be able to get... Oh, that just worked out perfectly. I didn't think I'd be able to make it out. Because we weren't able to swim past those currents, we weren't able to get the good coin, and we weren't able to collect all the coins we desired, which is all of them. All of the coins are the coins that we desire, and this actually is a dead end, so we're going to go ahead and swim around. No way to swim straight through spikes. You can float through spikes whenever you get stunned. Actually, hitting spikes will stun you, which allow you to kind of float over them. That's kind of interesting to think about, because that means they have to design these arrangements with the idea of you're coming at them from below as opposed to, or from above as opposed to below, because then you could just kind of skip everything. And as you can see, we can fight the current. It's not ideal. Typically, you don't want to have to fight against the current if you don't have to, but we can, so we will. And we're going to do it because there's coins to be had. And, I mean, granted, you could just be patient and collect that the normal way by just agreeing with the current and going where you want to. But we have the ability to fight the current, so why would we let it? And typically, it's best to kind of go with long button presses, like holding the button for a second, as opposed to quickly pressing it, just because then you jerk the camera around a lot. You know, we'll just go around the carousel, because this isn't working out. You win, Water. You defeated me today. But yes, doing like long button presses seems to be better since Wario will kind of get like a big boost as opposed to like pushing the button a bunch of times. It's just kind of my knee-jerk reaction of, yes, I want to push the button as many times as I can. That's the best thing for me to be doing in this scenario. And there we go, all 8 coins. And yeah, the fastest way out of this level would probably just be leave this area and go straight to the red chest, which is... Oh, please just let me out. I don't want to fight a wolfen boss again. The boss who is apparently a wolf and not a rat and or a fox. It is a wolf, unless it's a rat named Wolfenboss, which I wouldn't put it past, like, this game, just because this game's kind of weird in general, especially if that's, like, you know, kind of a holdover from, like, its Japanese name, because, you know, Japanese are like, oh, yes, a wolf, who cares? You know, that's a thing you can call something, whatever. You know, English. I don't know, and once again, I don't know what this picture is, and neither do you. Nobody knows what the picture's of. It's a mystery to everyone, etc., etc. Let's go beneath the waves. Let's continue swimming, and by continue swimming, I mean, of course, we're going to continue swimming. We just got the ability to swim real good, so why shouldn't we? And now we can fight against this current that I didn't show off at all, allowing us to get to a new area. Very beneath the waves. I like to call this part very beneath the waves, and by that I mean I just said that now, and then it's the first time I've ever said it. So you can see those crack blocks over there, which is a nice little indicator of there being like, you know, you might realize that there's those crack blocks and break them and follow that through before you do anything else. This area has a nice tell for its like kind of like fake wall area, in that like you don't have the kind of corners to the wall, so you kind of like, oh, I should check that out. And it's nice that you don't have to break anything. You just swim through it, and you're just kind of obscured by the foreground. That other room's nice, though, since it connects to this room. There's, like, a door on the other side of this. So if, like, you weren't paying too terribly good attention to, I guess, the middle of the level, you would probably see those crack blocks go, oh, I can break through those. Break through them, and then, you know, see, oh, the red key's on the other side of this. How do I get over there? And kind of explore around. So I think this area has some good, like, signposting. I very much so enjoy it. But we're done with this area now, so sorry, Very Beneath the Waves, but we're done with you. It's time to go find a red chest, because we have a red key, and I almost bumped into that bubble, like, yeah, I want to go up, but we don't want to. I mean, we do want to go up to some degree, but not as far up as a bubble would take us. A bubble would take us far too up, and we don't want to go up. We want to go beneath the waves, even though we're done with swimming now. It's zipline time. We don't have any time for swimming anymore. I don't care if I have frog prince flippers. Like, psh, who cares? We're here to get on land and find chests. There are no chests in the water. I couldn't open a chest if I found it in the water. There's no animation for that. And oops, I can't. Oh, that was funny. I jumped. Actually, I'm gonna let him get on me again because I've never seen that happen before. I jumped. Yeah, you can like go backwards. Like, yeah, Wario will go backwards whenever he has these little like blindy ghosts on. They probably have a better name than blindy ghost. Oh, that was kind of weird momentum that happened there. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. You get the blindy ghost on, you can kind of do a backwards hop. I wonder if that's kind of an oversight or if it's intentional. It seems like it's probably more of an oversight than anything, but who cares? It's fun, it's neat, it doesn't seem to mess anything up, so I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to register it as a defect, because who cares? It seems perfectly fine to me. It works as intended. It's a feature. And you know what else is a feature? The red prismatic crown. Our friends, the crowns, are coming to an end. Which number crown is this? That is... Oh, wait, is that our 6th crown? That's our... Yeah, that's our 6th crown. Crayon. I've always just said crown, because I kind of have lazy pronunciation. But that was our 6th crown. There's only 7 of those things, so if we actually go to our treasure list... Oh, actually, wait, no, we only have 5 of these. My list is wrong. I reordered some levels at some point. My bad. I forgot that I did some refactoring here and there. So let's get back to the video game we're playing. How about that? Let's go play that video game, and let's go to the Steep Canyon. We haven't been here in a hot second, and last time we were here, you'll remember I did some editing to skip that kind of hullabaloo we have to do at the beginning of this level. But with the Frog Princess fins, who cares about the hullabaloo? We can swim right past the hullabaloo. It's a hell of a good deal! I was trying to think of something that sounded similar to hullaba, and hellava is the only thing I got. I'm sorry. I'm not actually 100% sure if this is the right way to go. I think it is. This level doesn't... register in my memory all that well. It's not a terribly big level, so I'm going the only place that I think we could potentially go at the moment. Because I think if we swim back here, there'll be an area we couldn't previously get to. And that's where we're supposed to go. If not, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I really have no clue where we're supposed to be going. And cool. Oh, I think I might even made mention of this, that I thought it was neat when we were here getting the red chest, I believe. I thought it was neat you could see a pipe on the other side of this to kind of let you know, like, hey, there's going to be stuff to do here later. And, boy, these weird mollusk enemies that we keep seeing. I wonder if we kind of bully this guy, if we can use him as a... Actually, at this point, it's not really a shortcut at all, but just skipping up here so we don't have to use the stupid ladder. It's kind of neat. Unfortunately, oh, it looks like we're actually going to have to use him against his will right there. That was kind of neat, and just how you could kind of skip through the area a bit quickly if you knew what to do. And looky here, it's our buddy, the owl. Oh, I accidentally spawned another one, and that's kind of neat. I didn't know you could do that. And it's also a good thing we did, because I did a bad with using our owl friend. Yeah, I'm so glad to see our owl buddy being back, because... I'm so glad to see our owl buddy being back again. Just because, like, I honestly, like, couldn't think of another level that the owl was in other than the Colossal Hole. So it's nice to see him here, and the Steep Canyon... Yeah, Steep Canyon, that's the name of the level. Some level names just don't stick with me. And hello, another owl! We're getting a bang for our buck in terms of owls per episode... Well, per level, I guess. Per episode as well, but... Per level would probably be the best way to phrase that at the moment, because if I wanted to get the best owl per episode capita, we would just do like all of the Colossal Hole and all of the Steep Canyon all in one go. Not that that's possible based on how I've ordered the levels. I mean, I guess you could save like non-essential stuff till later and do things like wildly out of the order I did. The order that I went in being mostly just as soon as we can do it. There are a few exceptions, like the... Just want to remind you that I am withholding... Oh, and I just realized that we were right at the end and I messed it up. Darn. I just want to remind you that I am withholding the Forest of Fear from you, just so we can absolutely savor the level. Are you savoring it? Do you desire the I almost said factory, the Fear Factory, like it's like Donkey Kong Country. The Forest of Fear, are you savoring it? Are you not mixing it up with some Donkey Kong Country shit? Because I certainly am not. But yes, if you aren't savoring the level, it'll never become true. It's like Santa Claus. If you stop believing in Santa Claus, he will die, and you'll have his blood on your hands for the rest of your life, and it'll be very unfortunate for all involved. Especially Santa Claus, since he's the one who's kind of dying, y'all. You gotta have some empathy there. And oh, it's just gonna drop us off right here, forcing us to grab the red key, I guess. I will accept the red key with open arms, even though we don't particularly need it, but hey, we'll take it for a ride. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? You cares? I don't know. I don't know if you cares. It looks like we're just gonna have to I'm gonna say forego this path again. I guess we did ultimately forego that stupid ladder path again, but we're not exactly foregoing this path as much as we are not even blazing a trail, because we've already blazed this trail before. We're just doing a little bit of backtracking to get through the areas. Not a rough encounter. This is a fun level. Maybe more so like it's neat, like, oh yeah, you can skip through the kind of like part that you've had to repeat twice in the Steep Canyon. You can just continue onwards, and you get a fun little area with an owl. So it's great. And you know what else is great? The treasure we got here. This state-of-the-art telephone! State-of-the-art circa definitely before the year 2000 when this game came out. Was this 2000 or 2001? I think it was 2000. Not 100% sure. It might have been 2001 though. I don't know dates. I don't know when anything happened. I barely know when now is. So let's just continue onwards, because we got more video game to play, baby! More video game! And you know what we're gonna do with our more video game? We're gonna come to Bank of the Wild River. For the last time! We're gonna get the green chest, the last one here. Blue chest? What? No, why would we get a blue chest on our last time going to a place? That's silly. We get green chests when we go to a place for the last time. Don't you know the formula of this game by now? Seriously. Come on, guys. It's always, you get a green chest last, and then you get all the coins. But yes, last time we were here, we picked up the blue chest, because that became available to us before the green chest. So we're here for the last time to pick up the green chest, I suppose. And I don't think we actually need to be Vampire Wario any longer. But let's go ahead and just pass through this screen transition as Vampire Wario, just because, well, I was going to say why not, but it's because we cannot do anything on that screen as Vampire Wario. Oh, and actually, I saw a coin that I would like to have. I would enjoy having that coin. I thought there was 2 coins in this area, but I was starting to second guess myself, and I'm glad that that since I didn't second guess myself, the game just straight up made me come back here, because otherwise I may have missed that coin, and that would have been annoying to make a return trip back here. Oh, dang. I feel like that got me last time we were here as well. It's stupid, like, just climbing the ladder at the wrong time and getting batted. And let's just go ahead and maybe do this a little bit better. Just a teeny tiny amount better. Just a sliver more of skill than I exercised previously. Speaking of exercising things previously, yikes, we're on fire. I suppose I'll just let Wario continue to be his old spicy self, continue being a hot boy until he fortunately burns out. Just lived a little bit too hot of a life there, Wario, and we can now grab that coin since we have our good old Jumbo Jump. I almost said Jumbo Jump boots, combining both of the names. That stupid item has been christened at this point. But we are done back here. Not done with the Bank of the Wild River yet. Not even close. We still have a treasure to get, let alone you know, like 6 more coins. 6 more coins? 6 more coins. I can count. Like I said, I'm a math minor. If I say it, it's probably correct. And that's interesting that those just like walls of solid water stop us, whereas like a little bit of drippy water doesn't. Oh, actually, you know what the reason might be? It might be that stupid like vampires can't cross like what's the exact word? It's because it's not moving water, but it's basically if the water moves, vampire no likey is more or less where it goes to. And just to show off that we can, and also because I want to use one of these water sparks, I believe the enemy name is, I'm just going to go ahead and swim on through the current here, because I believe there's a coin hiding somewhere up here in the foliage. It might have been in the area before this one, so I'll have to do a little bit of reconnaissance on our way back. We're also going to have to smash some walls to find some hidden caves with hidden coins. These could be kind of devious coins if you don't think to check in these areas. We have had to previously smash these, not this particular wall, but we have had to smash the walls in this area to get the red chest, I believe. We unfortunately can't make our way back, so I'm going to have to continue through this way like a plebeian, as it were. Oh, can we not smash this? I thought we could smash this. Maybe it's a throwable enemy thing, because I know this should break. I just don't know why it isn't. Maybe it's breakable from the other side? I'm not 100% sure, because I do know that there's a breakable thing somewhere around here. Let's just pick up an enemy and just, I guess, go hog wild. Just start checking it, because I don't know how we're supposed to get through here. Was this a fire thing? Yeah, you're a fire thing. Let's see if being on fire helps us break through, because that could be the answer to this puzzle, that this is a fire block. Yeah, these are fire blocks. That's kind of tricksy. Although, I'm not going to complain about it, like, ooh, how am I supposed to know about that? Just because, like, you know, obviously I was just able to intuit what to do based on, like, what we know. Like, oh, hey, most of these are, like, smashable anyways. What if I just try lighting myself on fire, since there is the ability to light myself on fire so close. So it's not, like, you know, it's not bad. There's not, like, the signposting there is these identical other places are all smashable, so why not just, you know, body check that one while you're at it. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking to get back to the beginning of this area, because I remembered where the coin was in the incorrect area, because it should be above this first area. Oh, and that stupid fire robot got us. Man, that was a called shot if I've ever seen it, but that guy knew we were coming out of the water. He was like, I'm going to get Wario this time. I'm going to get him good. But luckily for us, we have the jump boots, so we don't have to make a complete circuit around the area to get back to where we want to go. We can just go ahead and just jump up here, thanks to the fact that I didn't break the into the wall here, because we don't need to, because there's no coins in there, I don't believe. We should have like 5 coins once we grab this one that's up here, wherever it is, and luckily we can see it spinning behind the foliage. So, foliage. I think it's in foliage, which may not be incorrect, but I think the correct pronunciation is foliage. Who cares? Weird leaf shit. I don't know. I'm not a tree. Neither are you. Why do you know the word foliage and how to pronounce it? That's just weird. Let's see. I had to look down at my controller to remember what button it is to pause, like an old man or something. Like, geez. I mean, to be fair, I have my pause buttons mapped to the shoulder buttons on my controller, just because the pause button on here is like real small and next to a turbo button, which makes everything just confusing and weird for me. Oops, and I did that bad. Luckily, we can kind of circumvent a lot of this area just by jumping at specific angles. These little areas of vines kind of show off Wario's climbing animations, kind of weirdness to it. It has like some good logic to it. Like Wario obviously has to hold on with his hands, so if like you start like floating above with just your body, you're gonna fall off. You have to hang at your hands, but it just kind of goes against what my brain thinks of. Oh, I want to center myself. And continue onwards like that. Also, these little like snail enemies, whatever the hell they're supposed to be, are kind of neat. You can attack them by just bumping into their shell and knock them off their kind of path that they patrol. But you can't touch their tentacles. Their tentacle bad, shell good, which is kind of interesting because typically enemies like that, like their shell will be their kind of like attack point, because it's like, oh yeah, they have some kind of like sharp shell or whatever, and then you attack their soft underbelly. But in this case, they have spikes or tentacles or something, and then a shell that you can just kind of bounce on. Who knows what the hell those things are supposed to be? I assume they're snails, just because I see shell, I see goopy tentacle body, snell. Snells, my favorite animal. I love snells. I love snells so much. Luckily, we can just continue past here. We have all the coins, and we have the green key in our sights, and I'm actually gonna. Yeah, luckily the game kind of like froze there to put emphasis on the coin because the key to give us time to come back here, because I think I'm gonna need to do a proper jump rather than just kind of falling off to the next set of lines. And with that, we should have 8 coins. Yeah, we have 8 coins. We have our red key. All we have to do is find our green chest, and everything will be fine. And I'm actually just gonna come down here to show off this area. There is a super current here. We can't get past this current, and it's funny. We can't get past this current, not because we can't swim past it. This is functionally the same as every other current. We can swim past it. There's actually just an invisible wall in our way. It's something kind of funny, because you see it, you think, oh shoot, there's currents that I can't swim past. Is there going to be another swimming upgrade? There's not. It's just that, they put an invisible wall there, and then kind of textured the, air quotes, retextured it to make it seem like it's a new thing. So here's a weird boss that I don't 100% understand. I get how to fight him, I just don't 100% understand him. This is Pesk, I believe his name is. His Japanese name is something along the lines of like Fat Rat or something like that. Not that his name is Fat Rat in Japanese, that it's like the Japanese word for fat and rat, I think. But this is just a weird, like, non-boss. I don't really get what's supposed to happen here to, like, make the boss, like, bad, because you just drop cheese into this stupid guy's face, and then it's like a big tubby boy. It's such a weird boss, too, because it's just like, what if we combined a pufferfish with a rat, and then the boss is, like, these weird, like, very larval, like, fly things will bring you cheese, and you just feed his face, like the dragonfly, like, never tried to drop us in the water or anything. And oh, that's kind of funny. You can kind of swim into the wall a little bit there. It's a little bit weird. Like, I just don't get that boss. Like, how is that boss supposed to have any challenge to it? Like, maybe if you jump in the water, there'd be problems. But why would you ever jump in the water? Like, as you saw, like, hitting those, like, flies, no problem at all. You just kind of tap B a little bit and everything's fine. And you also can't swim past here. There's an invisible wall here, which is, in the game contextualized by Pesk becoming so tubby, he blocks the hole for us, allowing us to swim through. But it's just such a weird boss. I don't even know if Pesk is the right way to pronounce it, because it's P-E-S-C-E. That's the best pronunciation that I have, but who knows? That's probably wrong. That's probably very wrong. It's probably very, very wrong. What's not very, very wrong, though, is the treasure we get. The Wire Wizard! Yes! The Wire Wizard! I almost said Wired Wizard, which, no, he's not wired. He's just a wizard who specializes in wires, and we'll see. We get to see the little guy do what he's so good at, and that's magically creating wires. And this is magic. Don't tell him otherwise. He's a wizard, okay? This is magic. He's working very, very hard. Please don't undermine his work. So the Wire Wizard is going to give us some, wiry grates, wire fence stuff that we can climb that stuff, y'all. So next time we can go check out the Tower of Revival and the Tidal Coast, now that we have the Wire Wizard's handiwork at work that we can climb up. I'm wired for that.